Hey there, this is Erica from Ever Educating, and this channel is teaching tips, tools, ideas, and resources for new college instructors. This is a part 2, where part 1 last week was about formative assessment activities, and today I'm going to go over 5 summative assessment activities. And so summative assessment, right, is the assessment that occurs at the end of a unit. So in summary, what did they learn, right? And so the first approach is obviously any end product of a unit. So this might be a paper they turn in, for example, or some other type of project. Now, in this case, yes, it is a way of seeing, what knowledge, what skills they've learned throughout the unit. But I do think, we can bump it up a bit than just a very simple written piece that they turn in. So one option here is to add a reflective element to it. So along with turning in their paper, they also turn in a reflection on, how did they learn what they learned? What did they find the best resources to understanding the material? Where did they go to practice their skills? What things still confuse them and what things do they feel really confident about? So having that reflective aspect to it can really get them to see their own takeaways, to see their own knowledge and skills that they've gained through the unit. So that can be an option for not just the product, so that's one option, right? Just give me the paper. A second option is give me the paper, but also a reflective piece. And then another option is to do something a bit more complex than just, for example, an essay. And so you can do a multimodal piece instead. So in this case, you're going to have them not just have words, written words, that prove their learning, but maybe they're creating images, an infographic, for example, or maybe they're creating a video or an audio recording, a podcast, a website that has multiple types of communication modes with their audience member. So having the multimodal project requires students to not just be able to write like, hey, here's what I learned, but create a more dynamic piece proving that learning. Now, a fourth option is to have them create something educational. So it's not just turn in this product to your instructor and you get a grade, but pretend you're going to teach the concept, the skill to a target audience. Create a piece, create a product that will educate them on it. So maybe this is a presentation, or maybe it's a video, or it's a website that they curate, or a lesson plan, right? So this can just be a lot of different genres, but it's requiring students to put themselves in the place of educator, right? Because a lot of times, you have that saying, the best way to know if you've learned something is can you teach it to somebody else? So that's an option as well for a summative project. And then finally, presentations, right? So I had presentations also in my formative assessment because that's presenting on a project still being done, right? Still in progress. In this case, it's a presentation at the end of the actual unit. So I'm presenting what I have created. So in this case, it's kind of similar to that educational element because they're presenting to their classmates and to yourself. But it's not so much that they're teaching their classmates because hopefully the classmates have learned this as well. It's more that they're showing their confidence, right? Show that you're an expert in this knowledge or skill, right? Or at least that you've grown a lot in your understanding of these things. And so presentations can be an option as well for a final summative assessment. I do think that having formative assessments throughout the units are very important, which is why I had that video first. So if you haven't watched it, I'll link it on the screen now. But these are just some ideas for summative assessments. If you have your own to share, please do so in the comments. Click like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on future content. I'll see you next time.